Well, I got dispatched to this service call about 20 minutes ago. Customer has two Weil-McLain Ultra 3s. One was dripping onto the floor for an unknown amount of time, and is panicking because they have it serviced quite religiously. This one, that's just like a maintenance reminder. Oh, it's them, huh? Good company. We know they've been doing the right job then. But this one, no bueno. The temperature and pressure gauge, little capillary tube broke off that bad boy right there. Let me shine some light on that so you can see the subject. That bad boy right there, no bueno. Drill flip, almost nailed it. I'm gonna remove the screws on top of the unit. In case you're wondering, Mikey Pipes, what kind of house needs two systems like this? I'm not going to show you the outside because client confidentiality. I had to sign an NDA, non-disclosure agreement. But nonetheless, this temperature and pressure gauge analog is actually hooked up to two capillary tubes. One measures temperature, one measures pressure. They break, and that's the reason why we have it in stock. So we're going to get this bad boy out of there and get the show on the road. Now, before I went to the truck and got the parts, I closed my indirect return and my space heating return and my supply and indirect supply. Nope. Yeah, indirect supply, space heating supply, and the return. Oh, actually, no, I was wrong. This is our supply. That's our return. But those are closed. It's isolated. It's no longer dripping. Let's take this out by getting a little screwdriver and get those little tabs out. So I have some clientele that I have to sign what we call an NDA, or a non-disclosure agreement. And basically it says that I'm not going to talk about or identify where I'm at. I can talk about this because there's no identifying information about what's going on here, but I can't show you the front of the home. But I can tell you this, it looks like we are at Versailles outside of Paris, France. No joke. Okay. No bueno. Quickly taking a look at this other Ultra 230. According to this, they were here on May 4th, 2023, and the last service was required on 1/18/25. But that's not affecting operations, so we're just going to let that be for now. And I'll ask the homeowner about that. I don't like stepping on other contractor toes, you know what I mean? Looks like they've been doing a great job here. Why they're not here today, I don't know, but it is what it is. So back to the NDAs and the non-competes. Similar to what my company now uses with new hires, we have NDAs, or non-disclosure agreements, where the person, the individual, agrees to not disclose certain trade secrets, what have you, but here I agree not to disclose or identify the customer. I can't even show you the CP number, which is the serial number. I cannot do that. And actually, I actually brought that up. So, just so you know, worthless information. But sometimes you get those high net worth individuals where they need that level of protection. You know what I mean? Okay. Let's get that on there. Beautiful. Let's put the screws back in and then connect to the temperature port where it sits in the pipe, and then that. Okay, let's get that temperature clamp in there like that. Put this ring back on there, and that's going to hold that in place. And let's just bundle up that extra wiring and put that in there. Now, I gotta carefully take that out. It's all rusted up. Hopefully I can succeed, because that's gotta come out. And I gotta admit, that I got lucky right there. Let's get you back in there. Let me get a smaller wrench and tighten that up. Okay, beautiful. All right, I turned the gas off. Let's open the gas. Okay. Okay, supply. System supply. Actually, no, it's indirect. That's the indirect. That's the first off the, before the primary loop, which is, whatever. Open up the return, and then that return. Oh, that's very sus. Okay. There's our temperature. There's our pressure. Beautiful. We're going to let this cycle, make sure she fires up and there's nothing airbound here. Oh, heard that? That start up. I don't think we have a good combustion issue here. We're gonna have to follow up on this. All right, I vacuumed out the bottom of the inside of the unit. When I took the cover off, I put the screws into the hole. They normally stay on the cover, but not these anymore. My clientele don't f*** around.